In the course of 3 years since the last time I've made a video on this world, a lot has changed. Today we're going to be trying to make a bee farm, so I can actually sell bees to other people. So if you're unfamiliar or you really don't know anything, this is one of, if not the oldest SMP server out of all of Minecraft. Unlike Hermitcraft, we don't reset anything. The world is actually the same as it's been since, I guess, 2015. And so today, I'm going to be making a bee farm that I can actually sell in my shop. So this is pretty much a standard same thing as, I guess, any other SMP. I just kind of thought I wanted to show you my little progress of making a bee farm to sell. So this is my store. It's nothing really grand and special, but this is like the shopping district where people go through and buy and sell stuff. So over here, we've got I'm planning on selling honey beehives for about 8 diamonds. And since I sell a lot of different things like elytra and nether stars, since we just got that nether star farm going, there's a lot of things that I like to sell, and I like to specialize in things that are kind of unique. So for this, I'm going to be trying to make a honeybee farm. Now I actually got a couple diamonds from some people that have purchased some stuff recently, so I'm going to go grab those up and we're going to go to shopping. And that's actually quite a good bit of diamonds. But I'm going to go head over to the shopping district, just head over to some other stores and grab some observers, so that way when we go through, probably some observers and dispensers, and I'll also probably steal a stack of iron from one of these chests, so that way I can have a little bit to go through and use for some of these automated farms. So what I'm thinking is kind of like one of the classic designs that are going on with the current bee farms. So since we have automatic crafting tables, which this is probably the only thing I can think of that's not necessarily 100% I don't know, true to vanilla, but the automatic crafting tables allow for some really cool farms. So for example, down here I think Push is actually selling some different items in here, so I'm just going to pop that up here and take a look. So we've got a couple different options here. We've got some repeaters, diamonds, I'm looking for some dispensers. But it looks like some people have already bought some observers. So I'm going to go through and buy myself some, actually I'll probably buy 2 of these, and buy myself some observers. These we'll use for the bee farm, and we'll basically wire them up so that anything that comes through them, or once the bees, I guess, are ready to be harvested, we can get those honeycomb blocks to be placed in a better place when we breed the bees. So for 8 diamonds, I think that's like a pretty good deal, since we had to go a little bit far out to find some new unloaded chunks to get those bees. So I'm going to show you my current bee setup. Let me think if there's anything else that I need to grab just right off the bat. I do know we'll need some, we'll need some dispensers actually. So we'll need to go locate some bows. Give me a couple seconds and we'll find a couple of those and then we'll head back. Do I have some dispensers in there? Oh, look at that! We do have some dispensers actually. Okay. So we no longer need the redstone. We got the dispensers, the observers. We will need some blocks to build with, which we can probably head over to the cobblestone generator real quick and grab some as well. So here is the, I guess this was a design by Ilmango, but it's pretty much just a standard cobblestone generator. We have a pretty large collection system down here, and just to go through and grab some cobblestone for this little build that we're working on. So ideally, what we want is we also probably want a couple of shears actually, which I think we have enough for there. So I'm going to head over to my spot that I've picked out to start this bee farm, and we'll start collecting. I'm thinking we'll start collecting those honeycombs, and I might even take the wood farm, which is actually right next to it, and turn the wood directly into planks, and then therefore we could use that for making the, I guess, hot beehives. I don't know if it's the beehives or I guess the new beehive craftable block, since you can't actually craft the beehives, but I think that'd be a good start. Okay, so just to point out a couple things, this is the newer side of the town that I've been working on. Over here we've got the wood farm, pretty much just a standard AFK wood farm. You got TNT duper up there, drop TNT, and basically break everything down below, all collected down there. And then over here we've got a mega cactus farm that provides the bone meal, uses the mechanics in the composter block to pretty much turn everything into bone meal and then use that for the farm. And then over here we've got ourselves a mega bee farm. Now this is actually more of the area I'm thinking of doing breeding, because simply the best way to do this is you get the observer block or the new beehives, you go through and you pop them down, and then all those extra bees that currently don't have a home can go into those So for the most part, we're not actually going to be using that area. That's going to be more of like the bee breeding area. What's most important, however, though, is this little area over here that I've got picked out. So this is the more of the honeycomb, honey block farm. And let me get rid of this guy. But for the most part, this is pretty standard. Someone hasn't really left anything in here. But as you can see, I'm going to be careful because I haven't put a campfire underneath this one. So these are just pretty standard beehives. We're going to use pretty much the same, I guess, mechanic as, I guess we're all familiar with. So for the most part, you've got our pretty standard configuration. Let's take the observer, place it facing downward. So that way when we get a block update, then it will go through and shear the, or not shear it, but I guess activate it. So then we can do it this way, not that way. Let's have a block up here, and then I do need that redstone actually, but basically redstone will go from here and here. I think that's actually output, sadly. What is that? So observer will go out here, and then the redstone will place across, and then that will start shearing it. So one of the things I actually just realized that I have to be careful with is that the beehives only have one entrance. So if you don't go through and properly, I guess, fortify, and you don't want to build in front of these entrances. So when you go through and you add these little modules, just make sure you don't cover the fronts. And the zombie is about to get the god bow. But yeah, so that's the front there, front there, front there, front there. Yep. So everything's covered, and I swear the mob cap is way too high. But so there's that. There's the entire little bee farm scenario. I need to craft some shears now for each of these. And I don't know if I'm going to be into the honeycomb block themselves. I think this will just be great for producing the honeycombs that we need. And then we can always modify this later on if this turns out to be too OP. We can just go through and turn it into automatically crafting the honey blocks next. But I think for right now, what I want to sell is the beehives so people can get them themselves. They're rather hard to find. Let's just go through and shear each one then. And then that will slowly, that should give us a little bit. Actually, I'd probably just be best to keep this all sheared. Those aren't sheared, those don't need to be sheared. Those can be sheared though. And you can hear it clicking, showing that we're on the right side. So then we gotta start breeding some of these off. Oh, that's the one I don't want to be around. Okay, that's the one I forgot. What did I say? I'm gonna go get some more flowers going, but these should start shearing. And what I'll probably end up doing is putting some type of hoppers around them. So we'll put some hoppers around each of these just to kind of slowly collect the bees, or I guess the blocks. I should probably put one underneath and also make sure that I check to see if the beehives get aggravated when a hopper or an actual dispenser does it rather than a human. So there we go. That's the entire little bee operation there. These should slowly start to pop out and get started. And I'll start breeding these as well. Probably should just take these two flowers. I don't particularly have any need for them at the moment. And get you and you, sir, started. Hello. I just fed y'all flowers. Y'all don't seem to be too interested. Okay. But basically from the honeycomb that we've got so far, we'll head over to the wood farm. And let's actually grab ourselves some wood to make some honey, I guess some beehives, and we'll go through and we'll fill up the beehives, and then we'll actually restock the store for the first time. So I'll grab a few of these. As you can see in the background, we've also been working on a mob farm. I think this is the right entrance. And then pretty much all we've got to do is just hop down here, place that down, place over here, and put that down. So now we've got ourselves a rather large beehive operation. I'm going to just pick one of these little areas. Hopefully I don't hit the bees. You know how bad that would be? You hit the bee. Okay, place that down. And then they should start going in there at nighttime. So I'm going to place down a few. Oh, I'm glad I didn't hit that. Place down a few real quick. And then we'll wait towards nighttime. And then we'll fill these suckers up. So as you can tell, we've got a few that I'd like to fill up. I think that's 5, all 5. And then we'll wait till nighttime. Wait till all the bees go inside. And then I'm also going to use some shears to grab some more. These all have fire. Yeah, I hope to goodness they do. These all have campfires underneath it, so I'm just going to shear away. And let's make ourselves some more. I'm going to put we got some glass bottles in there as well. Go through and make some more beehives. We'll place all these suckers down and wait till nighttime, which should be rather pretty soon. I might just start placing these on the ceiling. That'd probably be best. Hopefully the entrances just place these around, and we'll wait till nighttime for all these guys to... There should be enough now that any of these extra bees around here should be good. All the bees that I'm aware of are all tucked away, except this guy. He's going, please tell me you're going home, wherever your home is. Ah, yes we are, and I think I need a soak touch, and this is soak touch. So if I remember correctly, we can't stack these. Yeah, we're not going to be able to stack them. So, that being said, let's start taking some beehives. And long as they're not stackable, that means that we've got bees in them. Probably should have a couple extras just in case. But it looks like all the bees are in here. And I've just got to go through now and slowly fill up the beehives, and we'll be good. So the best part about this though, however, is I can pretty much just go drop these all down into my store and people will be good. There's a lot of beehives in there, and that should be just about it really. That should be all the beehives that I have, and that's actually a good substantial bit. So now that this place is cleared out, let me go through and plant down those 3 flowers again. And I'll probably go back and breed these. Also, there's a bunch of these flowers from the iron farm, so I'll go through and do that as well. So let me place that, flip that lever, undo this, and then I'll go fill up stock up my store now, and we will officially have a really nice store at Spawn selling beehives. So here we are back at the shopping area. I'm going to go through and fill up my bees. So we've got, I don't know what order we want to do these, but this is they all definitely have bees in them, which is the best part. They all should be fully stocked with, so I can probably just 2 at a time, right? But they'll all be fully stocked with, I think, 3 bees apiece. So that means that anybody that goes through here, and I think someone's even looking at this, Metal Phoenix is even eyeing the new beehive stock. Oh yeah, he's already placing stuff down. Will you look at that? So we can go through, and looks like we might get our first customer. I think he's definitely going to be picking up one of these. Watch this. I think he's going to pick himself a beehive, and I think it's 8 diamonds I said for the suckers. That's a pretty good deal, especially when you take into account that these suckers are all full of bees. So let's see, is he going to buy one? Yep, he going to buy one. There you go. So he got himself a beehive, and nice doing business with you, sir. It's going to be some hot stuff, and yep, that's a pretty good start. I think it needs to have 3 bees in there as well. Let's see, 1 beehive with 3 bees. I need to probably specify 3 bees, 8 diamonds. I should probably say max on there. There you go. That should just specify that for him, that that's what he got. Yeah. So that's what he got. He purchased himself some beehives, and there we go. We got our first customer. Happy little diamonds. So I probably should add that. Have you seen my service? Oh, is this the item storage? I think he's selling his item storage over in his little stop. I think this is the Clearwater Banking, I think is what he's saying. But this is his little store over here that he's been working on, which basically just means you can store a stack of items. So Clearwater Station may leave requests in the specified barrel. Overflow payment? Dude, you're thinking you're getting a little too much there. Item banking allows you to securely store your items. Okay, deposit your stuff. Delivery, picking up from a branch. Yep, so you can deliver your items to places and get your yeah, okay. You can have your items delivered to a certain location. Okay. That's pretty cool. So well, I think that's going to wrap up for today. If you're interested by chance in joining this SMP, there's a little application process you have to go through in the description. Other than that though, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you around.